Paul in New York, New York. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and right now I'm going to show you how I cut. I'm actually excited about this. I've never done this color before. It's one of the new transition style colors. It's Transitions Amber with Crizal Sapphire for your Moscot frames that you have mailed me. These are the Moscot, take the little wrapper off, the Starker. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's just a cool word, Starker. 57 eye size, color gold. Classic look, classic look. So let me begin. I'm going to program this shape into the computer, so years from now, if you ever, I've got the paperclip hiding it, but years from now, if you ever need new lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home. And you can pop them in. I'll show you how by changing out the screws here. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker and hit start. A little stylus is going to pop up and it's going to go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy any genuine authentic frame from me, which Paul did not do, and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or an unused health savings account flex dollars, you'll get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, Paul upgraded to, he paid the $49.99 for the lenses. He upgraded $59.99 to high index. You can tell from the sound these are high index lenses. This is what polycarbonate sounds like. High index, a little higher sound, a little more tinny, if you will. Of course, there's $129.99 for the Transitions Amber, $139.99 for the Crizal Sapphire. Plus, there was an additional $20 for a blue filter, a blue light blocking filter that was added to these lenses. So, I'm gonna, oh, actually, hang on. I've already put the ink in here, so I've got to, let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Turn the axis wheel to 175. It's on here somewhere. And 175 is halfway between 170 and 0. If you guys are good at math, you get that 175 halfway between 170 and 0. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll explain that later. Put the power drum on plus. Let's actually make sure everything's on 0. Okay, now put it on 75. This says R on there. I'm assuming this is the right lens, and it is. So, get everything lined up where it goes. And check something right quick like. Plus 75 minus 250. Yeah, okay, that's right. Hang on one second. Where's my calculator? Let me check something here. 75 minus 250 would be at 175. Is that where I'm at? Plus 75? Hang on. Plus 75 minus 250. Where am I at? Oh, I'm on the plus 75 now. When we subtract 250 at minus 175. Okay, yeah, good to go. Let me put dots on there. Sorry, I mathed wrong. So, got the dots on there. We're going to do that. Let's do the same thing now for the left eye. Plus a quarter. Put the power drum on plus a quarter. Look, it's the end of the day. It's 6:33 Friday, March 15th. Staying late to get these cut. I just went down to the post office to pick these up. I promised him I'd return them within 24 hours. And I'm going to do it faster than that. So, get them back same day to him. I was up late last night watching the ACC tournament. That's right, I live on Tobacco Road. Minus 150. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the left eye. That's the left eye. Just checking. It doesn't hurt to double check when he wants these things back fast. So, he paid to overnight these frames to me. He must want them fast. I'm going to get them back fast. So that's the left lens. Let me go ahead and mark this one left. And if you guys missed any of that, say it with me. Let me recap. So, where am I at? Okay, that's the shape of your frame that we're cutting the right eye. Let's move it on to the next screen. Your pupillary distance is 37. The computer's at 32.5, so I'm going to tap the plus button a few times till we get up to 37. I want to bring the optical center height up about, yeah, we're going to do 25. I'm going to write that on there. 25. That's 2 millimeters above center. And Do I have two? I don't. Let me start from scratch. This is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I'm going to grab two double-sided adhesive stickers. The black side is the sticky side. Put that block on the first platform. Pull the paperweight again to make the black side sticky. On the back is a silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. And the reason why I put those three dots on there, it tells me the lens is oriented and adjusts perfectly. I'm going to get everything lined up exactly where it's supposed to go. I want to check to make sure the lens is large enough to fit the frame. It is. I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which tonight will be played by the left lens. Pull the paperweight, line up the magnet. Pupillary distance 37.5 for the left eye. Program that in there. Get everything lined up where it's supposed to go. Check to make sure it's large enough, and it is. I just like to do that. My little OCD self. My little perfectionist self. So this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the two thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Let me go ahead and wake this up. $14.39, $14.39. Now these are high index lenses as he requested. I'm not going to polish the lenses because they're barely going to have any thickness even in a thin metal frame. Plus with the Crizal Sapphire, you're paying to have anti-glare on the front and the back of the lens. I don't want to introduce glare on the sides. It's very distracting. And I'm only going to put a light bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Press that on there firmly. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time today. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck. Or by now, you know I like to call it the Charles because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the green arrow, which is start. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure this is large enough to fit into the frame. And then the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which will be minimal with your prescription, with your pupillary distance and in this frame. So you can tell it's high index because water is spraying onto the lens for the cutting cycle. Plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet. Polycarbonate lenses I normally cut dry. Now polycarbonate is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. High index 167 is 30% thinner and lighter than polycarbonate. It also cuts faster. Look at that. Almost done. The lens is completely flat around the edges. It's double checking itself to see where to place the bevel. Also, if there was the capabilities of having smell-o-vision, you would smell some sulfury, rotten eggs type of onion smell that comes from his lenses. They stink. Just saying. Still got my quote from the other day, change your mindset, change your life. I love challenges myself personally. I'm going to get personal for a moment. I love challenges. I try and set unrealistic goals for myself. If you never push yourself to the limits, you don't know what limits are possible. So just get out of that comfort zone. And a lot of people have fears. I'm no different. I'm one of them. I'm afraid of failure, afraid of this happening, afraid of that happening. Instead of working on the fraids, think of the positives. I'm excited to make this happen for me. And so we have a choice. We can choose from fear or we can choose for love. And so many of us, and I'm speaking for myself, choose from fear. I'm deciding I'm going to choose for love, follow some passions, start getting up earlier, exercising. I want to learn another language. That being said, I want to start with Spanish. Every year I want to learn a new language. I also want to learn more about my career, well, my field. In school we learned about glasses and we learned about contact lenses. And I chose Team Glasses and have the chance to apprentice under a master contact lens fitter, one of the best in the world. He decided to take me on as an apprentice. And I do that in my free time. He is the only one in my state that does that, and he is 69 years old. He's actually semi-retired. He worked 30 years at a major university hospital, but he still wants to see some of his patients. So I told him he could come to my practice, use one of the exam rooms to see his patients, and I'm going to shadow and I'm going to learn as much as I can. And I can tell you that when I studied this in school 20 years ago, contact lenses were not my strength. It's just a whole nother category, a whole nother thing, and it is scary to be pulled out of my comfort zone. So that's perfect. I'm going to flip that over to L, start cutting the left lens. And it's all about professional growth, which translates to personal growth. Get out of that comfort zone. Learn something different every day. Do something scary every day. So now it's tracing the left side of the frame. And I'll tell you what, being exposed to patients and the instructor, where let's say I played in the NBA for 20 years and then someone comes along and is trying to teach me something new, and there's no pretending. Your game is wide open. You find out real quick, and the people you're seeing know that you are not at the top level of your game, and it's time to step up. Fight or flight syndrome, and you're going to see me swinging. I am going to be swinging for the fences, put my back to a wall, learn something new. So I'm still on 175. I don't have to move anything. Put it in above that dot. And when I read the power, I am getting, where's my flashlight? I'm getting plus 75. That's because you are farsighted. You need 3 steps of correction to see better with your glasses off. Everything is much too small. So that's why there is a plus sign. It is a minor magnification, 3 steps of magnification. Now once we go 3 steps forward, we need to take 10 steps back. You have 10 steps of astigmatism correction. That is the majority of your correction is astigmatic. So we're at plus 75. We're going to subtract 250 from that. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So that's the fine tune knob. Once everything is the correct size, we have to turn that fine tune knob to 175. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn that axis to about 175. Same for the left eye. So that's why I needed the calculator. We end up at minus 175. That's because if you started off at 75 cents, but you got a bill for $2.50, you would be 175 in the red. 175 in the red. We started off in the black at plus 75. End up at 175 in the red. Now your left eye, you only need 1 step of magnification and then 7 steps of astigmatism correction. We're going to end up at minus 150 with that, if all goes well. Let's come down here, take the lens out, dry it off. So if anyone out there is looking for personal growth, professional growth, even if it's not in your field, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, knowing that one day you will benefit from it. I can tell you that years ago, here's something that most people won't tell you. I started working weekends at a flea market selling safety glasses and sail frames long before there were these $59 places. And I was putting in 80 hours a week, Monday through Friday, before I spent 20 hours a week on the weekends. I was working 7 days a week to get the money up to build my website. I had, true story, I had a friend take me for $7,500 to build a website that was pathetic, but I didn't know any better. My wife was telling her co-workers about how much I spent and how bad it was. My wife works in IT. One of her co-workers said, well, my cousin builds websites. He'll do it for $2,500. And the current site you see now costs me $2,500. I take it back. It cost me $10,000. $7,500 I spent on a friend, and then $2,500 for him. So that's how much the site that you order from cost me. And I'm always making revisions to that. But I was working 100 hours a week, and there were days I did not want to get out of bed on the weekends to go in. And there was no heating, there was no air conditioning. It was extremely cold. It would be about 40 degrees where I was at. In the summertime, it could be 90 degrees inside that tin can. But I pushed through. I had a dream. I didn't want to be stopped. I would not be defeated by that. And so on days like this, where I stay late or learn something new, I can draw from that. When I was down on one knee on the mat after taking a punch, I stood up and I kept going. So let me be a role model to anyone out there who's having a hard time. Look, hard times don't last. You know, tough people get up. I love movie quotes. It's from Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. I really don't know, but Rocky's telling his son, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep going. Because life is going to keep throwing punches at you. It doesn't care if you're white, black, rich, poor, educated, ignorant. It's going to hit everyone hard, and it's how you react when you get hit that shows how far you're going to go in life. All right, I'm going to stop proselytizing. I'm going to get off my soapbox and keep working. I'm at +1/4 in the black. 0 going into the black 1 step. You have 7 steps of astigmatism correction in your left eye. We end up at -150, exactly halfway between 1 and 2. So, oh, tissues down here, I forgot. Let me clean your lenses off. And of course, free shipping anywhere in the U.S. And New York, the city's so nice, they named it twice. Oh, hang on. Got distracted. Let me measure the PD on there. Put that back in. Find the optical center. Come on you. Put that dot on the lens. Here I am trying to tell you about my life, and I'm doing distractions. Let me darken that so you guys can see that. For the PD, come on flashlight, the PD for the right eye is 37. PD for the left eye 37.5. Since I got the calculator, 37 plus 37.5 comes up to 85. Wait, 74.50. I mathed wrong again. So let's turn the card around. When I place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and then when we put it up to the left, we're getting, can I move the card there so you can see? 74.5, so that is cut perfectly. Let me check the optical center height. Man, the kit is good. I couldn't have done a better job if I'd done this myself. So now I can clear this off, and now I can see what these transitions amber look like. But first I want to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. This is a lightweight frame. Moscot, I do not carry them, but quality line. Anyone out there who's got a Moscot frame that needs lenses, send them to me. I'll take care of you. Very strong, very lightweight. Of course, part of that is this thinner, super lightweight 167 high index lenses. And look at this. No edge thickness on the left lens, no edge thickness on the right. That turned out really nicely. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of... Well, I forgot to mention, okay, when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. And as I mentioned, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm wearing the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer. These are actually sunglasses, color 789, which is the punchline to my favorite kids joke. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ain't 9. Now let's ratchet it up a notch. This is the punchline to one of my favorite adult jokes. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 is a registered 6 offender. I'll shut up and keep going. All right, we're going to flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly. Same amount of tension on the spring hinges. If one was really loose or one was really tight, I would adjust that. And when I say make sure the temples are in adjustment, so neither one is askew like that. They both overlap perfectly. So Justin, I send out a selfie request to have your picture on the website. Even though you didn't buy these frames for me, I'd love to have you modeling your Moscot Starker frames. But I do send out cleaning instructions, not only for your frame and lenses, but also for the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I provide, the Crizal cleaning cloth that you're going to get, plus the Moscot cleaning cloth that's inside. But I field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works. So when you get this in the mail and you see the wrinkles in there, you know it works. I've tested it. So this is what your lenses look like clear. You can barely see anything because of that Crizal Sapphire coating. And with the clear blue blocker filter that's in there, you don't see anything, no brown residue. Of course, you're about to see brown. You're about to see amber brown. Hang on, some sawdust flying around. So this is what your lenses look like clear. I'm going to go ahead and activate them, meaning I'm exposing them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. So I'm going to put them in this box and hit the button. And as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for them to turn dark. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now this is important, Paul, and everyone else out there. Transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks they're exposed. After that, they'll work for years at maximum performance. The only time that Transition Signature 7 won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, so your dashboard doesn't crack from sitting in the sun all day. That's why your transitions don't get dark in a car. Now, having said that, Transitions Extra Active will get dark in a car, about 30 to 50%. Now, these are also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees. Now, having said that, the Transitions Extra Active will get darker outside. It's designed for extra active people who spend extra amounts of time outside. So this is the Transitions Amber. That is tough. That looks good. Versus a Transitions Brown. It's a little bit lighter in color. Let me turn these bad boys around to see what they look like with the gold frame. Paul, I appreciate you doing this. It's my first chance to see these lenses, especially in the gold frame. That does look very good, if I say so my damn self. That's right. I said my, and another word after that. But so if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. You can on Twitter as freerxlenses. You can see them returning back to clear. That amber is really showing. It's a softer color than the brown. Now, you can get these new transition style colors, the amber, amethyst. Oh, what are some ones out there? Emerald. And the Extra Active only come in gray, brown, and the graphite green. So the Signature 7 series come out with a few more colors, and you can see how it's returning back. But if you have any questions, you can email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. I know that's a mouthful to type in, so if you just click the Contact Me button on the website, you can go right to me. Or if you have a YouTube account, you can leave a message or a question in the comment section below, and I'll reply back to that. So Paul in the NYNY, New York, New York, the city so nice they named it twice. I appreciate you mailing me your Moscot Starker, size 57 color gold, to get the Transitions Amber color in the 167 high index material with Crizal Sapphire and an added blue blocking filter on top of that. That's it. And hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.